Hey everyone. So Delirium started and I wanted to put out a video the last week, the week before Delirium. However, my mic actually somehow had a problem and I had to order a new one, so sorry about that. But I've been playing Delirium for now 1 day and 6 hours. So this is the third day of the Delirium week. I actually started with an ED Contagion on a Trickster and then moved on to my cast on crit Volatile Dead Assassin. So this is basically a talk about my experience so far with Delirium and how I'm doing. I actually played for around 12-14 hours, like I played through the campaign and then a couple of maps before I moved to cast on crit. And I feel like I moved a little bit too soon because all the regrettables that I needed and everything else that I needed set me back a little bit, and everything was way too expensive. Of course, it was like still the second day of the league. But other than that, I've been having a ton of fun with this build. However, the league mechanic itself is really repeat, especially for cast on crit. We have 5k now, 5k life, but still we are not the tankiest character. So if you see on our defenses, we don't have any physical damage reduction. We have some dodge because I went for aggro, phase aggro, and then I did the Atzuri's step. However, despite everything, I still feel like I'm not the tankiest character. But then again, this is more of a mapping character, so like deaths here and there are gonna happen as long as you're okay with it. This is a pretty fast character. So this is just a beach map tier 1 because I didn't want it to die in the video. If I run it tier 6, there's a good probability that I'm gonna die. But just to showcase like how's everything going, I'm currently using precision sand and stone just for the blind because, as I said, I'm not the tankiest character right now, and anchor. And after the map showcase, I'm gonna go over my gear right now. But if you still ask me, I feel like I moved to the cast and crit a little bit too fast. I should have probably waited, I don't know, maybe until like today or maybe even end of the week, because I don't play that much. I actually have a job, so I probably wouldn't play from tomorrow until next weekend. But still, I feel like if I waited a little bit longer, probably would have been a better experience, because yesterday I jumped to cast on crit without having that much life. Like, I was using a 4-link chest piece for myself, which it didn't even have that much life. And when I moved, I just bought the cheapest 6-link that I could find, which I still have. I'll show you guys in the gearing section. But yeah, it's been really nice after I got everything going. As you can see, our damage is not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. This is more of a mapping character, so it's all about moving fast. Not that we're moving that fast right now, because I still am missing a lot of movement speed as well. I don't want to bug you guys to finish up the whole map. Did I skip the... I wanted to show you guys Delirium, sorry. I skipped the whole thing. I thought that I went through it, and I was like, why is nothing happening? Okay. So Delirium is actually very repeat. I've been trying out Delirium with other league mechanics and other stuff. Grab boots, not that I need it. But especially with like the things like incursion or anything that has way too many mobs. Like, even if it's an influenced map, because of the mob spawning of the influences, like for example Drox, when he spawns his own mobs, the affixes that get affected by all the monsters are really something. especially because a lot of times they actually spawn right next to you or even behind you and you're not paying attention. And this playstyle is just cyclone through everything, right? But when the mobs are affected and they're tankier and they do a lot of damage and they don't die with like a ball or two, then you're gonna have a lot of problems, because then they can hit you because you're in the middle of them, and that's gonna be quite an issue. And this is the Delirium boss basically. Okay, so that was the map showcase. Yeah, let's go over the gear real fast. Sorry about that. So, I bought this comms. Well, technically, I bought the divination cards for the comms art, and without this one, we only have 3.6k life. So this is very important for survivability. I would like to have more fire damage on it, but with the 6% corruption, I'm still very happy. This is something that I found. You guys probably don't know, but when I play the game, I try to do as much as I can with just the things that I find. I'll go over everything that I actually bought from somebody, but this is something that I found myself. It's pretty good for now. It has life resistances, and eventually we want to move to that volatile that consumes one additional course, but we're still very early in the league. This is what I was talking about. I bought this for 5C. This is a corrupted 6-link. It doesn't have anything that we are using basically. The only stat that you're using is the crit chance, and just a 6-link with cast on crits, cyclone, combustion, desecrate, and volatile death. I'm still using increased critical strike chance because I don't feel like my crit is consistent enough to remove this one right now. And eventually I'll attach the POV for the actual build. Eventually we want to move toward that sword with already cast on crit and a bunch of other stats. This is something that I'm working toward. As you can see, this is still a magic item, but I wanted to get like a Warlord mark on head, and I still haven't been able to alteration spam this one, but this is eventually what we want to move toward. This is a placeholder for the one that we need for Circle of Anguish. Take a look at the POV. I don't remember the name, but this is just a placeholder for now. This is actually something that I found, and a pretty good one at that, because the fire damage against burning enemies, because we do have combustion as well, so, and we are critting a lot, and because we have anger, even our cyclone has a chance to ignite. So a lot of enemies are going to be burning, and this damage is going to be huge for us because it's base damage, right? I still don't have a jewel here because I was alteration spamming something for onslaught, because that's something that we are gonna need. This is a placeholder as well, just for the movement speed and dodge for now, plus life. Eventually we want something with a tailwind and 35% movement speed. Like, that's our end result goal. As I said, this is a placeholder. I'm currently using this one. The only reason is fire damage leashed as life, and there's a bunch of places that you can get this. Amulet, ring, there's a belt that I actually was using, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the Rihanna's invitation has like fire damage leashed as life, but this is an easy way of getting it. There's a new notable that gives fire damage leashed as stuff as well. It's on a small cluster drew. I'm not sure if that's actually worth it right now or not, but eventually I'll take a look at that one as well. But yeah, this is our current gear setup. Basically nothing is for sure. I'm still have like Enfeeble and Blasphemy just in case, and a lot of other things. I still don't even have my last 2 points. I wanted to do it myself. I tried, I failed at Uberlab, so I'm either gonna tank up a little bit or go with a carry. But currently, You're level 82, so we have a long way to go. And I'm just cruising through the maps and see where I'm gonna end up. I still have a lot of things to fill out here, and a lot of watchstones to get, basically. But yeah, I'll link out the POB for what I want to achieve within this league as well. I've been trying to get a bunch of stuff done throughout my league. Right, I decided actually I wanna go for headhunter this league, so I'm starting to like get some nurses here and there whenever I can, and get some other stuff. But eventually, I'll have to take a look at what else we can do. For now, it's just fine because this was supposed to be a mapping character, but at the same time, Delirium makes the mobs too tanky for a low damage, very cruisy mapping character. So I may have to rethink that when I get to red maps. So far, right now, it's very good, especially for like 3 or 4 rewards. If you don't want to go all the way through the map, that's more than fine. But eventually, we'll see how it's gonna end up. Thank you guys for listening to me rant about Delirium for a while. See you next time.